Hello internet friends and welcome back. My name is Katrina and I have Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about how I can still snowboard despite having EDS. So, even though I have EDS, I still go snowboarding on about every week to every other week, and I do it once a week or so. And a while ago, a few years ago, before I knew anything about EDS, I used to snowboard as part of my job. I work at a ski resort and I used to work outdoors. I worked in the ticket checking department. And in the ticket checking department, I was a supervisor. It was a really cool job, really high stress though, and that part was not fun. But as part of my job perks and as part of my job duties, I would snowboard across the entire resort to check in with my employees and to get supplies and to bring them other places via snowboard. Snowboard was part of my transportation, and it was also a part of the fun that I had. It was part of my self-care time, my me time, just, an activity that I really like to do in the winter time. I'm also exercise intolerant, and somehow snowboarding was an exercise that I could tolerate, and I latched onto it. I loved it so much. But the better I got at snowboarding, the harder it got. Not that the trails themselves were difficult, because yeah, they were, but it was what you expected. It was a winter snow sport where you're sliding on a waxed piece of wood down a mountainside. That's what snowboarding really is when you break it down. But the thing that got harder was my joints started to fail me more, and my muscles started to get weaker and more tired more quickly. That part really sucked. It felt like I was losing the one thing that I love to do for fun, and that I was never going to have fun like that again, and that I couldn't find another sport, and that whole world was crashing down, and that I just have to quit completely and give it all up. But that's not true. And that's what I want to focus on. How can I still do a sport if a year ago it hurt me? Well, the answer is I changed my expectations. I fully changed what I expected out of snowboarding and where I wanted to progress from. So instead of me taking crazy laps in the park, which I'll show you here, I decided to go and take it easy and only ski on the groomer runs. The easy, groomed out snow that's machine tilled every day and you have really good conditions most every time. And I altered more expectations. It wasn't just that. Instead of staying out all day, I decided that I would stay out for only half a day or 3/4 of a day if I was feeling really good. I would pre-medicate. I would take Advil preventatively, and I know my limits. I don't go on harder trails. I don't do black diamonds like I had once wanted to. I stick to the blues, I stick to the greens, and I stick with people who are either at my skill level or below my skill level. That way I'm not challenged to go even harder, because knowing me, I would go harder because I love the sport. On top of that, I also wear 2 knee braces to go snowboarding now, which you can see here. And those really help me to get a feel for where my knees are when my knees are bent riding on my snowboard. It makes a huge difference, that's for sure. And I feel like I can snowboard like I was able to snowboard 3 years ago just by adding in 2 knee braces. And if 2 knee braces, pre-medicating with anti-inflammatory meds, and taking it a little bit easier makes it so that I can do the sport that I love to do so much, then yeah, I'll adjust my expectations every time for that. And I feel like people who are chronically ill and feel like they can't do things anymore, some of it could be that you just have to change your expectations just a little bit. Even if it doesn't feel like it's a little bit and it feels like your whole world is changing, I get that. Yeah, totally. I would love to be going on Black Diamond trails and hitting the park and doing really cool things like that. But I can't, and that's the truth. That is the reality that we have to stick with. Know your reality, know your limitations, and know where you can be, and know what you can do. Don't push it. It's not worth it. Hardly anything is worth pushing your body until your body just wants to give out. That's work included too, which I'll have another video on that sometime soon, hopefully. But again, know your limitations, know what you can do, know what you can't do, and don't push it. That's how I do snowboarding, and that's how I think a lot of people and a lot of things can be done. Just respect your own boundaries. And with that, I'd like to insert a little video montage of me having fun snowboarding with my boyfriend and my sister. And so, if I don't see you again, I hope you have a great day. Stay happy, stay positive. Peace.